Now moving on to entertainment news, and this literally put the world in such a sad, sad place. When everyone got the news that actor Matthew Perry passed away at the very young age of 54, people were just saying, what is happening? Totally such an unexpected death that we experienced this week. Matthew was in a lot of different roles, but is very well known for his character Chandler Bing on the TV sitcom Friends. But it feels strange to bring up that role, and we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Now, Matthew was born in Williamstown, Massachusetts, but lived most of his childhood in Canada. When Matthew was only 10, his troubles began, as well as his journey into alcoholism. He did move to LA to live with his dad. His parents divorced when he was only 1 year old, and this is when he began his entry into acting. Now, in the mid-'80s, he had roles in shows like Charles in Charge and Silver Spoons. We all watched those. And in 1988, he got his first big screen role in the movie A Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon, starring the late River Phoenix. In 1994, when Matthew was cast as Chandler in the pilot called 6 to 1, it later became called Friends, and he was the youngest cast member at the age of 24. Due to the viral popularity of the show, 8 years after his entrance in Friends, he, along with other co-stars, were making $1 million per episode. He performed in many more film and TV roles, received several award nominations, and released a best-selling book in 2022 titled Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. Matthew dated several high-profile celebrities, including Yasmin Bleeth and Julia Roberts, and was also engaged to literary manager Molly Hurwitz, but the engagement ended in 2021, and Matthew was never married. From a very young age, Matthew had addiction issues, which got to the point of being so out of control at one time he was taking 55 Vicodins in one single day. He also had several stints in rehab and believed that he had spent about $9 million on his addiction. It is now said that Matthew dreamed of having the perfect family, but was very leery that the women he was dating were only with him for his money. Matthew's stepfather is Keith Morrison, the host of Dateline. Totally ironic that his stepson is now the center of his own tragedy. Matthew passed away on October 28th of 2023, and as of this writing, his cause of death is still unknown. He was found unresponsive in his hot tub by his assistant, and it's said that additional investigation is needed. Now, I said earlier that it's hard to relate Matthew so much to his iconic role in Friends because he wrote the following: "When I die, I know that people will later talk about Friends, friends. And I'm glad of that. Happy I've done some solid work as an actor, as well as given people multiple chances to make fun of my struggles on the World Wide Web." And that in itself is so sad. He went on to say that it would be nice if Friends were listed far behind the things that I did to try to help other people. And he ended that statement with, "I know it won't happen, but it would be nice." All everyone can now do is pray for his family, who is obviously heartbroken, and his good friend and pickleball partner Matt Manas said that Matthew was in a really good place, and Matt was one of the last people to see him. Matthew was in recovery and trying to live a good, clean life, which makes his death even more tragic. So what can you say when you hear these stories? I mean, you do wonder about what happened, what really led to his death. I mean, he was trying to recover. Did he relapse? Did he take a heart attack because his body just couldn't handle what he had done to it prior? You know, we don't know. We probably won't know for quite some time. But all we can say is that if we do know someone who is struggling, just to take the time to just see if they're okay and to let them know that they're cared for and that they have support. You know, I honestly was not a Friends watcher. Have I seen some episodes? I absolutely have. But I know who Matthew Perry is and was, and no matter what, you still have to think about the family and the friends that they left behind. And everyone is just so devastated over his death, and understandably so.